Hey, what's up? It's Clint, the Restless Youper, here with some band banter. And the number one way, quickest way to find out who the leader of your band is. And that number one quickest way to find out is, who do you call when you have to cancel a show? That's it. Typically, the person you're calling is the leader of the band. Okay? But then you think to yourself, well, Clint, Restless Youper, what if I'm the one who's canceling the show? And what if it's me? What if I have to call everyone, right? Because you're thinking, what if I'm the leader and I have to call everyone? Very good question, rhetorical or not. What you have to ask yourself is, who are you calling? Are you calling the venue? And are you the one who booked the show in the first place? Because typically, the person who's booking all the shows, setting up photo shoots, setting up practices, going over the set list, making sure everyone is showing up, doing things on time, playing everything in the right key, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, I'm the drummer. Keys mean to me. Okay, all I know is that we better start in the right key and everyone's dropped 2.5 step. Otherwise, it's going to sound like crap. So, but so those are some of the things you think about, all right? And that is a number one tip. And this has happened. I've asked people, like, well, who's in charge? Like, who calls? Oh, no, we don't have a leader per se. And I don't think that works. I think if you want to go somewhere and you want to do anything, booking out in any way, shape, or form, you need to have a leader. That's just my humble opinion, dude. Not very humble, whatever, but that's how I feel, because I've been in enough bands where everyone's excited. Man, we're going to jam, dude. We're going to play. And then, who's setting up the website? Are we going to have a website? I don't know. Are we going to have band pictures? I don't know. What's the band name? Now, the band name is something that typically everyone collaborates on. All right? But everything else, the booking, the websites, the pictures, the promotion, the putting up posters, all of it. You know, it's nice if there's a group effort, and it really is nice. And I'm not just saying that. Please. Group effort is great, but there's typically one person calling the shots, and then everyone else is like, well, I'm not going to worry about that, dude. We'll just, we're just here for the ride. And that's cool. I mean, as long as you guys have it figured out, like, everyone knows their role. But yeah, so that, like I said, the number one way is, who do you have to call when you have to cancel? And if you're still wondering, like, who's the leader, who's doing the most work between shows, right? Who's maintaining the Facebook page or the actual website? Who is calling venues to who's booking, man? Who is booking the shows? And who's setting up, like, what the price is? And I'll tell you something, as the person who books shows, it is not easy, because these people don't know you, dude. They don't, and even if they do know you and you've booked there before, they don't care. It takes one bad show for a place to get to blackball you for 6 months or longer. And I'll get into booking later. That booking shows, it's not rocket science, but you have to have kind of a thick skin, because after a while, after calling a place for 2 years and getting rejected, which has happened to me until we finally got into one of the casinos, 2 years it took to book that freaking place. And, cut deals, do what you got to do, but you start to take things personally after a while. But like I said, I'll talk about all that in future episodes. Main thing, number one way to find out who the leader of the band is who are you calling if you have to cancel gigs. And I'll tell you right now, if you're calling to cancel a gig and you're calling whoever it is, whoever the one who booked the show is, please realize what you're doing to that person. That person then has to figure out, A, are we going to cancel this show that I booked and had good faith that we would show up and play? Or are we going to have to replace you? Or first of all, can we find someone to replace you? Will they have enough time to learn our show? Do we want to go in there with the fill-in guy? What if this is kind of a big show and we have a fill-in player who doesn't know our show? Then what? And I've gotten so frustrated that I've told the person, If you're canceling this show, then you're finding your own replacement because you knew about this show months ago. Because anytime I book a show, dude, the first thing I do is I talk to my band and say, okay, this show is scheduled for August 19th, Saturday, August 19th. Everyone got their calendar marked for Saturday, August 19th? Yeah, okay. And that was like February. I booked, this actually happened. And a week before the show, we were playing another show. We had a show August 12th. And they're like, hey, when is our next show? I'm like, oh yeah, it's Saturday, August 19th. And what happened? I can't play that show, dude. And pissed. That's when that's me suppressing my rage. It's so not cool though, you know, because you put so much pressure on somebody that, like, if you're canceling now, a week before the show, and this was kind of a bigger show, it was a Clash reunion we had to play. Just pure anger. I get so mad. Don't do that to your bandmates. And if you are doing that, then you're probably not the leader of the band. Just saying. Not that there's... In my band, everyone knows their roles, so it's cool. But there have been... When I talk to other bands, I'm like, well, who's in charge? Like, who do I talk to if I need to book something or whatever? And they're like, well, I guess you talk to so-and-so. And it's usually the lead singer. And one of the reasons I took over as a leader of the band is because I got sick and mother effing tired on waiting for other people to let me know when I can play. From LA to Utah to Alabama, it happened. And I'm in Michigan now, and it happened up here until finally 2009. I said, that's it. That is it. I'm taking over. So, anyway, I don't want this to get too long. If you don't know who the leader of the band is, then who are you calling to cancel gigs and cancel practices? Because that person is probably the one who's in charge. And that's just for people who don't know. That's like kind of basic in my book, but I'm a very opinionated person, so, you know, that's just how I roll. Anyway, that's Clint, Kyro, the Restless Super, keeping you rocking on. Talk to you guys later.